And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome to another round of the Conscious Rasta Report here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. My name is Kidi Wadu, aka the Conscious Rasta, the brother from the future. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern Time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m. East Africa Time. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspective, entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Monday. It is the 14th day of July 2025 in the Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we've realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the seventh millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. And what a joy, what a joy, what a joy it is to be with you today. And actually, today we are celebrating, commemorating the life and the passing of the former president of the Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. I got notice just this morning, the world received notice just this morning of the passing of Muhammadu Buhari. Today on LIB Radio, we commemorate the passing of the former president of the Fourth Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, who died in London at age of 82 years. We note his respected legacy of accomplishments and consider some of the errors of his 2 terms as president of Africa's most prosperous and populous nation. As our collective big brother state, it is our duty to honor the leaders that are changing our collective destiny. Today, we celebrate the life and times of President Muhammad Buhari. Today, we celebrate. So let's go into this celebration. We've got a lot of information on the table. First of all, I pulled up an article entitled 20 Notable Achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set this link up so that everyone can commemorate the man's life together. I hope you do agree that President Muhammadu Buhari did have a very positive contribution for African change and transformation, ruling within one of the continent's most difficult nations to run. No doubt, no doubt. So, Pan-Africans out there all around the world, can you get another Pan-African or 2 or 3 on your mailing list to tune in to today's broadcast? I hope you can share this. I do completely agree that this man, Muhammadu Buhari, deserves to be loved and respected by all of us together. So that's what today's show is all about. And I'm trying to hit the love button over here and it's not working. So don't worry about that love button. Let's just go on and do the program. If you are tuned in to today's program and you like what you hear here on LAB Radio, do hit the like button. Let everybody know that we consider ourselves to be a very positive family. So let's go through this first article. It is 20 notable achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari. And the article is written by Hosea Oleomogbe. Oleomogbe. Jose Oleomogbe is a member of the Anti-Corruption Network of Nigeria. He writes, and I quote, I'm not surprised that President Muhammadu Buhari has achieved so much since becoming president of Nigeria on May 29, 2015. Among his visible achievements are, number one, power has dropped from 5,000 megawatts in May 2015 to about 200 megawatts in April 2016. Power has dropped, and that's a rather significant drop. Number two, fuel price has moved from 87 naira per liter in May 2015 to 160 or 100 or 200, 250, 400, 500 naira per liter. It just depends on where you find to buy it. No fuel at most filling stations to power our generators. Whoa, this guy is ruthless. Nigerians now lose their jobs in droves as companies close down due to the factors listed above. Insecurity has increased, with kidnappings spreading to the northern parts of Nigeria. Boko Haram has been empowered through Fulani herdsmen who now go around unchallenged with assorted, sophisticated weapons like AK-47. We're up to number 7. Due to the conditions stated above, terrorist Fulani herdsmen, the militia wing of the nomadic tribes, now kill Christians in the south and kidnap their elders for ransom and kill some as they wish, unchallenged by our security agents headed by fellow Fulanis at different strategic levels. Number 7. Now, this is ruthless. Now, I will admit this. I copied and cut and pasted this. I thought I had this one in order, but I did not read it. I should have read it before listening it in the order that I listed. Later, I'm going to give you 20 achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, I understand here on LAB Radio, we have the responsibility to be critical of bad governorship. So I'm going to continue reading this article. I did not intend it to sound like it is, yet at the same time, I am doing the best I can to be honest with you with what I have found. Number 7, the president has not deemed it fit to visit Agafu, the local government, or in the Benin state, where about 500 Christian natives were killed by the same gang of Fulani terrorists, with thousands of them driven away from their ancestral homes and their means of livelihood. Number 8, since Nigerians have been ruled by the president's body language, we have learned to interpret the same. No one dare challenge the speak publicly against the Fulani Boko Haram herdsmen, since we do not know the one that is taking care of the president's 150 allegedly declared in his assets. And that 150, this article is poorly written, so it's not a professional journalist. Let's go forward. Instead of sending his army to uproot the existence of Boko Haram, of Fulani Boko Haram herdsmen, from our lands as obtainable in the Northeast, the president would rather placate their anger with a provision of grazing reserves all over the South. Number 10, our naira has become weaker by over 100%. It has jumped from 180 naira in May 2015 to 380 naira to US dollars this month. Number 11, there is hunger in the land. Since a hungry man is an angry man, Nigerians who fought vehemently to vote for Buhari are now angry with their visibly incompetent bride. Some of them now long for the days of good luck Jonathan. And I'm not even going to comment on that because I thought good luck Jonathan was just kind of a hat. I wasn't not impressed at all with good luck Jonathan, but that's okay. I'm not a Nigerian. My opinion really doesn't matter. Number 12, the one-sided anti-corruption war is majorly ineffective. No single person has been convicted. People are only been arrested and convicted on the pages of newspapers. Opposition figures have been clamped into detention by security agents. Number 13, impunity has been given preeminence by the government of the day, and the rule of law now relegated to the background. 14, the longest and oldest fuel queues in the history of our nation. People now park their cars overnight at filling stations. And I don't know that to be true. We're going to continue. More Nigerians now trek or use public transport. Number 16, the first government to have been submitted, stolen, and resubmitted a disorganized budget to the National Assembly. The only government that had to wait for the NASS to repair its budget. Number 17, all our elections have suddenly become inconclusive, with Buhari's men going from one polling units to the other with armed military personnel on election day to ensure that the ruling All Progressive Congress wins. In spite of this, People's Democratic Party and the PDP and the people have won more of the elections than APC. And I don't know if that's true. No single project initiated almost a year. No water, no food, no job, no budget. Number 19, 11 months of complaint about what good luck Jonathan has not done enough. With all laudable projects of the previous administration in the agriculture, aviation, transportation works, and power sectors abandoned, and the new one not initiated. And 20, Buhari has been able to make Nigerians realize that the much talked about APC manifesto was a fluke. There was no manifesto to govern anybody, since they never expected they would win the election. Recall Professor Wole Soyinka, who is not an economist, saw how uncoordinated they have been and suggested they needed an economic forum to make them come up with at least one workable economic initiative in place of present policy somersaults they have in place. Whew, that was exhausting to get through. Now, this next section, I'm going to go through the Nigerian presidents since 1960. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to do that in just a second. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to change the tone here. And then I'm going to read the section that I have pulled for today. And I did glance through it, which is going to give us 20 accomplishments of the ex-president Muhammadu Buhari. Because to have read the last one, I tell you, it was exhausting. It really was. I'm being as honest as I can. I do see some people have joined me. And let me just acknowledge you in the listening audience. 4 Africa 1 is in the house. She writes, Hotep, Brother Kiti, and Global LB family. Just letting you know that the program's title is Muhammadu Tinubu, not Buhari. No, it's not. Let me correct you. The death of Muhammadu Buhari. This is not Tinubu. Tinubu is still president. I woke up and I started researching that, and I made the same mistake. The President Tinubu has not passed. It is the ex-president, the previous president, Muhammadu Buhari, has passed. So double check your facts, double check your figures, double check your facts. Your facts. It is Buhari that passed and not Tinubu. Okay. Yeah, I've been on this all morning today, and well, I'll show you the video right now. Here is what I have to add to the stage. This video I'm going to show you in just a second is right here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this video and share it with you all.
Muhammadu Buhari was a military dictator turned Democrat. In 2015, he took the oath of office as a president elected by the people. And as the first presidential candidate to defeat a sitting leader, it was a remarkable moment in the country's history. It was in 1983 that he first ruled the country, taking power in a coup. As a young officer, he rapidly rose through the army ranks during a time when Nigeria was experiencing frequent regime changes. When he came to power, the economy was in turmoil and official corruption was rampant. He vowed to come down hard.
Fraud, indiscipline, corruption, squandermania.
His time in power is best remembered for campaigns against what he called squandermania, but also for human rights abuses. But the general who promised to clean up the system didn't last long. After 20 months, he was himself ousted in a coup. It was only after the restoration of democracy in Nigeria at the turn of the century that Muhammadu Buhari once again became a prominent figure in public life. Never a natural politician, he was seen as aloof and austere, but he retained a reputation for personal honesty, a rare feat for a politician in Nigeria.
Corruption has virtually been developed into a culture in Nigeria. From the day we are sworn in as a government, anybody who abuses trust will be called to account.
After 3 failed attempts, he was elected the country's leader for 2 consecutive terms. His time in office coincided with a slump in global oil prices and the country's worst economic crisis in decades. His administration also came under fire for its handling of insecurity. Whilst campaigning, he promised to defeat the extremist group Boko Haram. He had some success. Security improved in the northeast of the country, and he subsequently oversaw the return of over 100 out of nearly 300 schoolgirls kidnapped in Chibok in 2014. But after a spate of recent attacks in Borno State, Boko Haram remains an ever-present threat to the country. And under Buhari's watch, armed forces were accused of human rights abuses, like opening fire on anti-police brutality protesters at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos in October 2020. To his critics, his rigid military style and economic policies did more harm than good. But to his supporters, he was a stern yet honest leader who tried to bring order to an often fractious and chaotic country.
Work confident.
Going to that in the background, and President Muhammadu Buhari has died in London at age 82. And on that fact, oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, this Rumble page is wrong, wrong, and I do stand correct. I stand corrected. Thank you. And what I can do is I'm going to change the title of this page. I may not be able to do it right now. 1 second. Let me see. I can or can't edit this on Rumble, and the life and times of Nigeria's ex-president. I cannot change it in Facebook, but I can change it in Rumble. Muhammadu Buhari, but wait, I see it is correct in Rumble. So for some odd reason, I don't know why, but it is incorrect on Buhari, or it is incorrect here, and I cannot change it what you're looking at. So I did look up what I am streaming to has got the correct name. Let me double check it on. Let me check it on Facebook, and that is, yeah, it's correct on Facebook, and it's correct elsewhere. So my apologies. I must have typed it in 2 times or something else. I can't imagine why it's spelled wrong here. I don't know where that change came from. No need to grumble and complain about that. I will change it in Rumble for the long term record. And it is spelled right on every other site. I don't understand why Rumble has it wrong, but it does. Let's just keep going forward. I want to give you a list of all of the presidents of Nigeria since independence. There have been 4 republics, and the 4th republic is ongoing. So between each of the republics, there was military takeover of the government, dictatorship. So Nigeria's presidents since 1960. The first, Nnamdi Azikiwe. Azikiwe was the first president of Nigeria from 1963 to 1966. His administration was marked by political instability and economic mismanagement, and the political instability was a direct inheritance from the British colonial forces. They gave Nnamdi Azikiwe an unstable state. 2, Johnson Akwiye Ironsi. Akwiye Ironsi was a military head of state from 1966 to 1966. His administration was marked by political instability and economic mismanagement. Number 3, Yakubu Gowon. Gowon was a military head of state from 1966 to 1975. His administration was marked by the Nigerian Civil War and political instability. And that civil war has been referred to as the Biafra conflict, and it is an absolute shame on all of us what Nigerians did to the Igbo people. It is a shame. Number 4, Murtala Muhammad. Murtala Muhammad was a Nigerian military officer and the 4th head of state of Nigeria, serving from July 1975 until his assassination in February 1966. Born on November 8, 1938 in Kano, he was raised in a respected religious family and received his education at Barewa College and the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst. Muhammad played a pivotal role in the 1966 Nigerian counter-coup and later led the military government, implementing reforms and promoting national unity. His leadership, although brief, is remembered for its lasting positive impact on Nigeria's political landscape. He was assassinated in a failed coup, leaving a legacy marked by both reform and controversy. A very brief leadership, just over 8 months, 6 months. But Murtala Muhammad's name will last for generations. They did name the national airport in Lagos Murtala Muhammad Airport. Very important. Next, Olusegun Obasanjo. This is his first term. Obasanjo was a military head of state from 1966 to 1979, 1976 to 1979. His administration was marked by political instability and economic mismanagement. Next, Shehu Shagari. Shagari was the first elected president of Nigeria from 1979 to 1983. His administration was marked by economic challenges and political instability. Next, Muhammadu Buhari, first term. Buhari was a military head of state from 1983 to 1985. His administration was marked by political instability and economic mismanagement. Next, Ibrahim Babangida. Babangida was a military head of state from 1985 to 1993. His administration was marked by political instability and economic mismanagement. The Third Republic of Nigeria, which began in 1993, has seen several presidents, each with their own set of accomplishments. However, it is important to note that the Third Republic was short-lived and was followed by a period of military rule. The next in the line, Ernest Shonekan. Shonekan was the interim president from 1993 to 1993. His administration was short-lived and was followed by a military coup. Next, Sani Abacha. Sani Abacha was a military head of state from 1993 to 1998. His administration was marked by human rights abuses and economic mismanagement. Next, Abdul Salami Abubakar. Abubakar served as president from 1998 to 1999. His administration focused on the transition to democracy and the restoration of civil rule. Next, Olusegun Obasanjo. Obasanjo, in his second presidency, was president from 1999 to 2007. His administration focused on economic reforms, infrastructure development, and the fight against corruption. Next is Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua served as president from 2007 to 2010. His administration focused on economic reforms, infrastructure development, and the fight against corruption. Next, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Jonathan was president from 2010 to 2015. His administration focused on economic growth, poverty reduction, and the fight against the Boko Haram insurgency. Again, that Boko Haram has persisted for many, many years in northern Nigeria, being very disruptive for us. Next, Muhammadu Buhari, his second presidency. Buhari served as president from 2015 to 2023. His administration was marked by efforts to combat the Boko Haram insurgency, economic reforms, and the fight against corruption. Currently, the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The current president of Nigeria, Tinubu, assumed office on the 29th of May, 2023. His administration had focused on economic reforms, security improvements, and anti-corruption measures. The current president, Bola Tinubu, assumed office in 2023, marking the beginning of the Fifth Republic. And let's just focus a little closer on the situation, the security situation, the Boko Haram herdsmen, which this article I'm citing is talking about the Fulani Boko Haram herdsmen. The relationship between the Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram in Nigeria has been a subject of significant concern, with allegations of connections and shared ideologies. Recent reports and analyses suggest that while the Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram are distinct groups, there are indications of overlapping activities and potential collaborations, particularly in the context of violence against civilians and the exploitation of ethnic and religious tensions. The Fulani herdsmen are a predominantly Muslim ethnic group known for the semi-nomadic lifestyle. The Fulani herdsmen have been involved in violent conflicts with farmers, often resulting in significant loss of life and displacement. These conflicts have been exacerbated by a competition for land and resources, and there are reports of the Fulani herdsmen adopting tactics similar to those of Boko Haram, including targeted attacks on Christian communities. Boko Haram, a jihadist group that emerged in the northeast of Nigeria. Boko Haram is known for its violent activities, including attacks on civilians, destruction of property, and the establishment of a self-proclaimed caliphate. The group's ideology is rooted in a strict interpretation of Islam, and it has been responsible for numerous attacks across Nigeria and the broader Lake Chad region. Now, I want to put this Lake Chad into context because since the early 1960s, Lake Chad, which has supported an economy of as many as 12 million people in the Lake Chad area, which covers Niger, Nigeria, Chad, and Cameroon. Was it Cameroon? Yeah, Lake Chad area. The economy has been disrupted because of the lake's shrinkage. The lake has been drying up for extended periods since the 1960s. From my understanding, and when I reported on it a couple of years ago, the lake has shrank by 95%. 95% shrinkage of Lake Chad. That is absolutely unacceptable. And the more I'm thinking about it, Sister for Africa One, I don't have a clue of how the program got changed the title. The title that I've always had all morning was The Life and Times of Nigeria's Ex-President Muhammadu Buhari. And I just copy, cut, and paste that. But for some reason, you are absolutely right. It is mistitled on the page on the Rumble page. I don't have a clue of how that happened, but I'm a little disturbed by it. You were absolutely right, beloved. Thank you for pointing that out, and I will fix it after the show finishes. Going forward, we are here live and direct, and we are talking about what is happening in Nigeria that we all need to know about. Now, this time I have the right article in the right place, and it is 20 notable achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari. I'm going to give you this link so that you can have the access to this as well. And 20 achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari is right there. It is I did put it up on my YouTube channel for today, as well as I'm going to post the link to this article on my Facebook for today as well. I'm going to post it twice for the live and for the pre-live. So 20 notable achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari. No, I copied that same one twice. That's not right. I'm going to take that off. I'll do it later. This article, let me double check it. This is not the one written by Jose Oleomogbe. And I wish I hadn't even have shared that. But, I don't necessarily wish that. But here's what we are going to do. I'm going to share this. This is entitled, Here Are 20 Accomplishments Attributed to President Muhammadu Buhari during his tenure from 2015 to 2023. So this is the second presidency of President Muhammadu Buhari. On the issue of security and defense, number one, revamped military capabilities with procurement of over 35 aircraft for the Air Force, including A-29 Tucano jets and Mi-35 helicopters. Two, established a new naval base in strategic locations like Lake Chad, Lekki, Oguta, and Kano. Number three, recruited 20,000 new police officers to strengthen internal security. And number four, crack down on drug trafficking with NDLEA arresting 24,000 traffickers and destroying 272 hectares of cannabis farms. Next, under infrastructure development, his accomplishments include number five, launching the Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund, PIDF, with over $1 billion in funding. Number six, completed major rail projects, including the 165-kilometer Lagos to Ibadan line and 327-kilometer Itakpe to Wari standard gauge rail, SGR. Number seven, established InfraCorp, a government-backed infrastructure investment vehicle with $1 trillion Naira seed capital. Number eight, resumed work on the East-West Road, a long-stalled project in the Niger Delta. Under the category of power and energy, number nine, added 4,000 megawatts of power generation capacity, including Zungeru Hydro and Okpai Phase 2. Now that absolutely directly contradicts the article that I mentioned earlier by, I can't remember his name now, but it talked about the power grid had shrank from 4,000 down to some three-digit number, and that didn't make any sense at all. Number 10, under Power and Energy, signed the Petroleum Industry Act, IPIA, to reform Nigeria's oil and gas sector. Number 11, initiated the Ajawakuta Kadano-Kano gas pipeline, a 614-kilometer project to boost energy distribution. Under Economy and Finance, his administration is accredited with, number 12, implemented the Treasury Single Account, TSA, to consolidate government revenues and reduce leakages. Number 13, extended 2 trillion Naira in bailout packages to states during economic downturns. Number 14, promoted agricultural self-sufficiency, especially in rice and local produce. Under the health and pandemic response, number 15, he set up Economic Stability Committee to manage COVID-19 disruptions, chaired by Vice President Obasanjo. Osinbajo, not Obasanjo, Osinbajo. Under the environment and Niger Delta, or Niger Delta, I would call it here. It's not French. Niger in French, Niger in English. Number 16, launched the Ogoni Cleanup Project with $170 million seed funding to clean up the Ogoni region. Number 17, approved modular refineries across 9 Niger Delta states to reduce illegal refining. For education and the youth, his accomplishments include number 18, established the Nigerian Maritime University in Okerenkoko, Delta State. Number 19, expanded youth empowerment programs, including InPower and the National Social Investment Program. And lastly, under government and reforms, number 20, peaceful transfer in 2023, marking a democratic milestone in Nigeria's political history. Some of these achievements were met with mixed reactions, especially regarding their long-term impact and implementation. And lastly, I'm going to finish with this next article, which is to me a good place to look for Nigeria's future, Nigeria's destiny. And this article is entitled The Top 10 Tech Startups in Nigeria by Funds Raised in 2023. This article written February 7, 2024 from InfoDesk. And I'm going to do this. Let me share this link with you, our listening audience. Copy. And I'm going to paste this on Facebook page right here. Bear with me. This is definitely worth waiting for. Paste this up on Facebook. What is that? That's not what it's supposed to be. Comment. That's what I'm looking to do. I'm going to paste it a second time. And I'm going to paste this up for you, our listening audience. Basuranda, I see you in the house. He says, Uja all, just checking in. Great to have you, Basuranda. We are today responding to the passing of Nigeria's former president, not the current president, the former president, Muhammadu Buhari. So enough respect to Muhammadu Buhari. We put that link up, and I'm going to put it here one more time right here. And this is entitled The Top 10 Tech Startups in Nigeria by Funds Raised. And we're reading from website entitled, I'm going to stop the screen and then share the screen. The website is from InfoDesk. I think it is. One sec. Yeah, here it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share this one, share the screen, InfoDesk, and you will be able to see what it is that I am reading here today. The top 10 tech startups. So it's up, it's on the stage, and I just removed it. I didn't mean to do that. Add the stage. And top 10 tech startups by funds raised in 2023. Let's go through this. The landscape, and I can increase this text a little bit. The landscape for Nigerian tech startups in 2023 was vibrant and promising, with several companies raising significant funding, launching innovative products and services, and expanding to new markets. Some of the top Nigerian tech startups in 23 were number one, Flutterwave. We've reported on this before, a fintech financial technology company that provides payment infrastructure to global merchants and payment service providers across Africa. Flutterwave has become a unicorn in 2021 after raising $100 million in Series C funding and reaching a valuation of over $3 billion in 2022 after raising another $250 million in Series D funding. Flutterwave also launched Send, a remittance service for Africans in the diaspora, and partnered with Afrosport Network to broadcast the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. Next on this list, Move, a mobility company that provides car loans and vehicle supply to Uber drivers in sub-Saharan Africa. Move raised $105 million in Series A funding in 2022, making it the largest Series A round for an African mobility startup. And in 2023, it raised a total of $84 million in funding. Move uses its alternative credit scoring engine to underwrite loans for drivers, allowing them to repay their loans with a portion of their weekly Uber earnings. Thrive Agric, the agri-tech company that connects smallholder farmers with financial premium markets and data-driven advice. Thrive Agric raised $9.7 million in Series A funding in 2021, led by Norfund, the Norwegian investment fund for developing countries. Thrive Agric has also partnered with the Central Bank of Nigeria to disperse loans to over 300,000 farmers under the Anchor Borrowers Program. Next, 54Gene, a health tech company that leverages genomics and data science to improve healthcare outcomes in Africa. 54Gene raised $25 million in Series B funding in 2021, led by Cathay Afriquinvest Innovation Fund. 54Gene also launched the African Center for Translational Genomics, a nonprofit initiative that aims to foster genomic research and innovation in Africa. Kuda Bank, a digital-only bank that offers zero-fee banking, instant loans, and savings products to customers in Nigeria. Kuda Bank raised $55 million in Series B funding in 2021, valuing the company at $500 million. Kuda Bank also launched Kuda Business, a platform that allows small and medium-sized enterprises to access banking services, manage their finances, and pay their taxes. Paystack, a fintech company, financial technology company that enables businesses to accept and process payments online. Paystack was acquired by Stripe, a global payment giant, for over $200 million in 2020, making it one of the largest exits for an African startup. Paystack continued to operate independently and expand its services to new markets such as South Africa and Ghana. Fair Money, a digital lending platform that provides instant loans, savings, and bill payments to customers in Nigeria, India, and Egypt. Fair Money raised $42 million in Series B funding in 2021, led by Tiger Global Management. Fair Money also launched Fair Money Bank, a full-fledged digital bank that offers current accounts, debit cards, and overdraft facilities. Mono, a fintech company that provides APIs for accessing and aggregating financial data from various sources. Mono raised $2 million in pre-seed funding in 2021, led by Entree Capital and Kuda Bank co-founder Babs Ogundeyi. Mono also launched Mono X, a platform that enables businesses to create and manage financial products for their customers. Field Intelligence, a health tech company that provides data-driven supply chain management for pharmacies and hospitals in Africa. Field Intelligence raised $3.6 million in Series A funding in 2021, led by Blue Haven Initiative, and Sunu Capital. Field Intelligence also expanded its shelf life service, which allows pharmacies to access quality medicines on a pay-as-you-sell basis to 7 African countries. Next, Termi, a communication platform that helps businesses to engage and retain their customers through SMS, email, voice, and WhatsApp. Termi raised $1.4 million in seed funding in 2021, led by Future Africa and Keppel Africa Ventures. Termi also launched Termi Chat, a tool that enables businesses to create chatbots and automate customer service. So there you are. There's a list of top 10 tech startups in Nigeria by funds raised in 2023. And so we covered them all. I hope you found it to be very useful that we shared this information with you. And we're going to do our best here to focus our people all around the world on what is happening on the African continent. You and I definitely need to know. We celebrated today the life of President Muhammadu Buhari, the recent president, former president of the Republic of Nigeria. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and begin to wrap it up for today. Almost fell asleep in mid-sentence there. We have a wonderful platform, LIB Radio. I love it. There is hope on the horizon that we will be able to last this drought out, and that we will be able to continue to bring you LIB Radio for an extended future. We have some new things happening in the background, new partnerships, new collaborations. I encourage each and every one of you, if you have some skill or talent that you would like to showcase and share with everyone else, contact me. Through WhatsApp, you can reach me, and you can also text me at 702-580-0662. I look forward to working with you, each and every one of you, in the future. We have a great future ahead. And therefore, I wish you all peace and prosperity on your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are livinginblack.com. So tell your friends to tell their friends we got our own now. And we're very, very proud of who we are, of what we do, and where we're going with this. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you.